If you're here, you've heard of Bitcoin. It has been one of the biggest frequent news headlines over the last year or so, as a get-rich-quick scheme, the end of finance, the birth of truly international currency, as the end of the world, or as a technology that has improved the world. But what is Bitcoin? In short, you could say Bitcoin is the first decentralized system of money used for online transactions, but it will probably be useful to dig a bit deeper. We all know, in general, what money is and what it is used for. The most significant issue that witnessed in money use before Bitcoin relates to it being centralized and controlled by a single entity, the centralized banking system. Bitcoin was invented in 2008-2009 by an unknown creator who goes by the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto to bring decentralization to money on a global scale. The idea is that the currency can be traded across international lines with no difficulty or fees. The checks and balances would be distributed across the entire globe rather than just on the ledgers of private corporations or governments, and money would become more democratic and equally accessible to all. How did Bitcoin start? The concept of Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency in general, was started in 2009 by Satoshi, an unknown researcher. The reason for its invention was to solve the issue of centralization in the use of money, which relied on banks and computers, an issue that many computer scientists weren't happy with. Achieving decentralization has been attempted since the late 90s without success, so when Satoshi published a paper in 2008 providing a solution, it was overwhelmingly welcomed. Today, Bitcoin has become a familiar currency for Internet users and has given rise to thousands of altcoins, non-Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. How is Bitcoin made? Bitcoin is made through a process called mining. Just like paper money is made through printing, and gold is mined from the ground, Bitcoin is created by mining. Mining involves solving of complex mathematical problems regarding blocks using computers and adding them to a public ledger. When it began, a simple CPU like that in your home computer was all one needed to mine. However, the level of difficulty has increased significantly and now you will need specialized hardware, including high-end graphics processing unit (GPUs), to extract Bitcoin. How do I invest? First, you have to open an account with a trading platform and create a wallet. You can find some examples by searching Google for Bitcoin trading platform. They generally have names involving coin or market. After joining one of these platforms, you click on the assets, and then click on crypto to choose your desired currencies. There are a lot of indicators on every platform that are quite important, and you should be sure to observe them before investing. Simply buy and hold while mining is the surest and, in a way, simplest way to earn Bitcoin. There is too much hustle involved, and the cost of electricity and specialized computer hardware makes it inaccessible to most of us. To avoid all this, make it easy for yourself. Directly input the amount you want from your bank and click Buy, then sit back and watch as your investment increases according to the price change. This is called exchanging and takes place on many exchanges platforms available today, with the ability to trade between many different fiat currencies USD, AUD, GBP, etc. and different crypto coins Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. Trading Bitcoin. If you are familiar with stocks, bonds, or forex exchanges, then you will understand crypto trading easily. There are Bitcoin brokers like eSocial Trading, FXTMMarkets.com, and many others that you can choose from. The platforms provide you with Bitcoin fiat or fiat Bitcoin currency pairs. Example: BTC USD means trading Bitcoins for US dollars. Keep your eyes on the price changes to find the perfect pair according to price changes. The platforms provide price among other indicators to give you proper trading tips. Bitcoin as shares. There are also organizations set up to allow you to buy shares in companies that invest in Bitcoin. These companies do the back and forth trading, and you just invest in them, and wait for your monthly benefits. These companies simply pool digital money from different investors and invest on their behalf. Why should you invest in Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin Black? Bitcoin Black is basically the cryptocurrency of the people, by the people for the people. It will be adopted for use as a peer-to-peer payment system which gives the power back to the people. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency which is owned by none. Government has no control over it. It uses peer-to-peer networking and cryptographic proofs to operate the system. The system is controlled and made fraud-free by recording transactions in blockchain, a public history record, once they are validated with a proof-of-work system. The network began operating in 2009 and is a concept involving virtual currency which has no link to government-regulated currency. The Bitcoin system has few advantages, like, it is less expensive to operate and use this virtual money. It can be instantaneously transferred throughout the world and there will be no transaction fees. Moreover, you can use it and transfer it anonymously as well. Like other currencies, the quantity of this virtual money is fixed and no one has the right to create new bitcoins. However, people can mine bitcoins, but there is a limit to it, and mining bitcoins is not at all cheap. Bitcoin is an independent currency, no organization has any control over it. It is a democratic currency. It is the digital equivalent of something of value. As it uses a digital medium, it has the potential to become even more valuable than gold. How to learn about Bitcoin? Conveniently, you can learn about Bitcoin from various sources on the Internet. You can check blogs, magazines, articles, etc. Internet is a very good source for a newbie to learn more about Bitcoin. Through blogs and forums, you'll learn technical, economical and political issues related to the Bitcoin system. These mediums are a rich source of information and you can learn everything about this virtual currency. Furthermore, even if you are already in the system and know quite a lot about how it works, you can stay updated on every news and issue about the new digital currency system. It's also wise to get registered on related forums and start discussion with the experts. Post threads and ask whatever you are unclear about. Many forums also have blog section where experts post informative articles. This is the best learning source as you get benefited from others' experience. The digital system of Bitcoin currency seems complicated to those who know nothing about it, and most people find the concept hard to grasp and trust. It will not take long before people start accepting and then adopting to this virtual currency system, which is more secure, open and independent. Are you interested in learning more about Bitcoin? Why not check the most authentic Bitcoin magazine on the Internet? Our Bitcoin magazine struggles to give reviews on Bitcoin as well as information to clear any doubts. It usually has a whole section that introduces the system to people who are new to it. It has tutorials that explain terminologies and the facts about how the system operates. Once upon a time in America, owning your own home was the holy grail of the American dream. Houses were expensive, sure, but with a stable job and a fixed-rate loan from the bank, you could plan your future and expect to have a place to be in your retirement even if you had to cut back financially in other ways. That was before the hollowing out of the American job market made it increasingly difficult to get and keep a well-paying job, or that banks started marketing refinancing to let people live off the excess equity in their houses, or that banks started selling subprime mortgages to allow people to buy into more house than they should have been able to afford, sustainable as long as interest rates didn't rise. And then the subprime market collapsed and undermined the whole economy, an event the world has still not recovered from, but with another collapse increasingly looking like it's on the way. There is little wonder that according to some report 64% of Americans no longer think that owning your own home is a good investment. There has been some recovery to the housing market, but at least some of that movement is from wealthy people buying properties that they mean to rent. The rich dad, poor dad strategy of buying properties to rent is no longer a path to move up, but just another way for those who are already wealthy to keep hovering up the big bucks. On this 4th of July weekend, at least one individual no longer has to worry about his house due to an early and smart investment in Bitcoin. The new homeowner reports on Reddit, 2 years ago for the price of one monthly payment of my 30-year-long mortgage I took a chance on Bitcoin and bought 300 Bitcoins from a friend. Yesterday I paid off my mortgage and have taken the whole family out to celebrate on the 4th. Just wanted to express my thanks to the Bitcoin community. It is amazing to feel debt-free on this Independence Day. P.S. I still own a lot more coins I managed to pick up during the last couple of years. Happy Independence Day, fellow Bitcoiners. Edit, instead of paying the bank every month for the next couple of decades, I will put it back into buying back more Bitcoins. It feels a lot better than paying the bank. This person took the risk with Bitcoin when it was even more unknown and undeveloped than it is now, paying just $6 per Bitcoin, and is now reaping the reward. Is this a possibility for the many people who right now out there struggling with housing and other financial problems? Probably, no. It can be for some, though. Despite a series of high-profile scandals, Bitcoin is still seeing a rise in adoption as judged by the number of wallets out there. More and more businesses are putting out Bitcoin accepted here placards. VCs are continuing to invest ever more amounts of money in Bitcoin startups. Banks are beginning to investigate Bitcoin more seriously, both as a threat and possible tool, and even China and Russia are backing away from hardline stances. The trend for Bitcoin is positive, so people who invest now are very likely to see large returns. The only reason I say that most people won't benefit from this is that most people won't take the risk. It is important to note that there is nothing certain here. Investing more in Bitcoin than you are willing to lose is never a smart idea. That being said, for some Bitcoiners, like the Redditor above, Bitcoin just might save the American dream.